Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome back and thank you for your support. You know, I've got a lot of calls, a lot of feedbacks. So many people have been touched and I am so grateful for that. You know, but to God be the glory because great things He had done, not Shamika, great things He has done. Today I want to touch on the power of speech. And I want to encourage us to speak into your children's lives. Speak what you want, what you would like to see them become into their lives. You know, I was told as a young girl growing up that I was lazy. And for the greater portion of my life, that is who I became, somebody that was really lazy. And then I tried so hard to be not lazy, if that makes sense, in that when I got married and had my 2 children after the second C-section, my husband would tell me, Mika, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that. You know, he would go to work in the morning, come back, then go to his other job, go and get a PG, go and hustle a PG, and he would come back in the afternoon, eat, and he would say to me, I'll take over from here. Go and sleep. And you know, I wouldn't say when I'm in pain, but he would see, he would know, he would notice. And he would say to me, why do you keep doing these things? You don't have to do that. You get up, you see about you and the baby and the babies, because it's like 2 babies, you know, and make sure you all have something to eat. As if he didn't cook before you go. And why are you doing all of this? Don't do it. But to me, I always needed to prove to me and to him that I wasn't lazy. Mind you, he never said that one day to me. To be honest, you know, I'm not lazy. I'm looking at it and I'm not lazy. But I always I always try to prove otherwise. As I said, they told me that as a child growing up, and I just want to go back to that. I am the 11th of 12 children. My sister and I, we have the greatest space between us. We have 6 years between us. The rest have 1, 2, and 3 years between them. And so I was the baby for a long while. And then my sister came along and the attention shift. And you remember, I would have been the baby all those years. And nobody taught me how to really do anything that time. But when she came along, things changed. Well, I was lazy. I was this, I was that. But, you know, my sister told me sometimes, she said, Mommy didn't used to want you to do anything. I don't really remember that, but she told me that now. She said, Mommy didn't used to want you to do anything. You were like the spoiled child. You were the spoiled child. You know, but when Luke came along, things changed. And so I became the lazy child. And I'm saying this to say, you know, whatever you want your children to be, however you want your children to be, speak it into them. What you want of your children, speak into them. I tell my children daily, more than once a day, so it's not even daily. You know, it surpasses daily. It comes within the hours. I tell them they are smart. I tell them that they are geniuses. I tell them that they are handsome. I tell them all of that. I told my son what he's going to be. And, you know, I bless them. I use my mouth to bless them. I know that they will turn out to be a blessing to society and not a curse. They will be a blessing to society. You know, for those of you who read your Bible and believe in the Bible, look at how Abraham, Isaac, all these men of old blessed their children with words. They blessed them. Or they cursed them, so to speak. You'd be a servant of servant. You would lead. The younger shall rule the older. You know, they blessed their children using their mouth, the power of speech. The Bible says, with this tongue we bless and with this tongue we curse. It ought not to be so. Can a fountain bring forth both sweet and bitter water at the same time? No, it can't. Use your mouth to bless. Bless the people. Bless people. Bless those that curse you. Do good to them that despisefully use you. Right? You have your reward. Practice positivity. When you see something that looks off, instead of speaking what you see, like, you know, especially women, we have the ability to see things aforehand. I don't know, it's like a psychic thing. We could see things before it actually happened. Don't give it power by speaking it into being. Pray about it and speak opposite. Speak what you want to see in the situation. You know, look at my son. Children could be a real hassle. We know that. And disobedience is like the thing of the day. And yet when I speak to them, sometimes I just want to say like stick breaking all ears. Like sometimes I just probably say that, yeah. I normally catch myself very quickly when I say things like that. So, you know, I would call them and I would have them sit on me and I would say, you know, Mommy love you guys so much. And you are such an obedient boy, Marian, so I don't understand why you would do that. And now you know what a Marian does? When he's being disobedient and he realizes Mommy face change or I'm displeased, he would come and he would say, Mommy, help me. Help me to be obedient. Yeah. Marian is 4 years, getting 5. That is what he does. Mommy, help me to be obedient. So I'm pleading with us today. Speak positively. Speak affirmatively. Speak good and not evil. You know, there are people who would speak evil of you. Sometimes you don't understand why things going the way they are going in your life. So much people watch you and they badmouth you. People call it goat mouth, they badmouth you. They put mouth on you, right? They curse you with their mouth and you can't seem to catch your way. That is why it's important to stay covered. Stay covered under the blood of the Lamb. Stay covered in Jesus. Why it's important to get up and say, when the morning comes, I am blessed. I will lend and I will not borrow. I would always be above and I wouldn't be below. I will drive so and so. I will build so and so. For me, I just always say, I will go to heaven. Oh, heaven, heaven, heaven belongs to me. And I will do this. And you know what I have told my parents? I told them probably 2 days ago. I went and I saw them and I said, you know what I want you all to do for me before I close their eyes in death? And they both stayed quiet because I guess nobody wants to really have that conversation. I said, I want you all to bless me. Just like how Abraham blessed Isaac. And how Israel blessed and his sons. And his sons' sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. Oh, is Moses? No, not Moses. Noah blessed and cursed his son because he told him he would be the servant of servants. No, like that. I want them to bless me. So practice blessing. Practice uplifting. Practice being kind. You never know what somebody's going through. You don't know how your words would affect somebody. Today I want to mention one person. You know, the thing is I don't even know her name. If it's Nadine or Nadina, but Nad's Queen. You know who you are. You know, she was always kind to me. Big old lady like me now, and I always remember how kind she was to me as a child. She used to come up next door and she used to treat me like if I was her child. Such pure love. And I wasn't anything to her. I wasn't nothing at all to her, you know. She came by the neighbor. Well, the neighbor was like our sister. It's like our sister. And she used to come there because she's related to the neighbor's husband. And I, as a little girl, I used to come across there. She would be so kind to me. She would speak such wonderful words to me. And I know she probably can't remember all of that. Although I don't think I'll let her forget. But she has impacted me so much. She is one of the many women who have blessed my life. I have purpose. Every time I do one of these recordings, I would mention one of the ladies who have impacted my life, one or two of them, so that they're not squeal. Oh, hats off to you. Thanks very much for being kind. Thanks very much for being loving. Thanks very much for being thoughtful, and I love you. I don't see you, but you know, and we don't talk much, but that will live on with me until I die. Thank you for being kind.